start the stream, and I think we're good. Let's see. Dude, my camera's still so dark.
It looks okay.
Yeah, you can see you fine.
That's
Yeah.
true. All right. We are live. What were you going to say?
You just look kind of mysterious.
Yeah, that's what I like. I like to maintain this aura of mystery.
Whoa, the subscriber count overlay.
Yeah, fancy, huh?
I like the Discord promotion that's just stays there.
Well, what can we do? I don't think that live counter is correct, though.
Really?
Yeah, let me try again. Ooh. Yeah, because YouTube says 287. Jeremy Sims says hello from Australia. How you doing? Hopefully this stream quality is a little superior to the last one. I'm going to try to change this method for the subscriber count real quick. I'm pretty sure YouTube just has an active. Yeah, okay. That's way better. Give me a second here. I'm working on it. Donnie Porter says you deserve it. Thank you. So I asked. I just watched the subscriber count go down by 1. Woo! We're doing it.
Perfect.
That's hilarious. There we go. All right, that's a proper live count. Eric Surash, I hope I'm saying that. Hi. You do deserve every bit of this. Well, thank you very much. Some of the people in this room could also have 100,000 subscribers if they edited and posted videos.
I have one sitting in the chamber, thank you.
One in the chamber.
I just don't want to put it up until I edited in the wrong order. Like,
wait, is it the Arcus Sanding one?
I did the nose cone one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'll be a good one. How to make a nose cone look pretty but not be able to withstand going Mach 1.
Well, no, it was like you said to do like a recap thing.
Right. No, yeah, that'll be cool.
But I had the painting one too, so I thought I should put the painting one up first.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So I was gonna do that tonight, but then you were like, "Get on here," so.
You make it sound like I demanded it. But then the Rocky Blogs overlord said I had to do a live stream, so I can't work on my own.
Well, this
content.
sounded more fun than editing video, to be fair.
Yeah, that is fair. Yeah, so what's up, everybody? Welcome. Can't believe you're almost at 100K. Me neither. Didn't think that was going to be possible, but here we are. So what we're going to do is kind of a Q&A thing. So I had Patreon folks ask questions in the comments and would like for you guys to ask some questions as well as we continue to watch the subscriber count go down.
With your support, we can get back down to 50,000.
Easy come, easy go, dude. They're rolling out. Oh, but yeah, dude, it's been an interesting past couple of days with like, there already was like a lot of comments from people outside of the U.S. that don't understand that this is just a hobby. So this one guy was like, "Can't believe you have nothing better to do than just make weapons to kill people." I was like, "I have a lot of things to do better than that. That is not what's happening."
My God.
But all right. Well, anyway, let's. I'm gonna refresh this post and I'm gonna ask some of the questions. So first and foremost, I think this is a great place to start. It's congrats on 100K. How did the channel grow so fast? And that is all up to YouTube Shorts. Incidentally, you'll note that the subscriber count is not at all proportional to the amount of people watching the videos. It's because YouTube Shorts, they have a weird effect like Instagram or TikTok where a bunch of people can start following you and then won't care about anything you post, especially if it's not another short. So, my Honest John video got like 17 million views. So that's apparently was in like some YouTube ads and it was on the like trending list and stuff like that. So yeah, so it got a pretty good bump in subscribers. It went from 14,000 to 75,000 in like 2 days, and we've just been continually rolling out, and I'm still seeing 100 to 300 or so a day. So I'm anticipating hitting 100,000 here relatively soon, but figured we'd give you guys a little preemptive stream and have the chance to celebrate in advance because I've got a lot of stuff coming up this week and I have a rocket I want to work on and get a video done. So here we are. And yeah, so that's how the channel grew so fast. YouTube short that blew up. I'm going to continue to post YouTube shorts because clearly that works. And once we get my play button, we're going to put it in a rocket because I feel like that's the only, like, yeah, it has to happen. So, Jeremy Sim asks, oh, Jeremy's here. He says, I want to know more about how you've been doing your cluster ignition. Do you have multiple leads from the pad box or something like a clip whip? It's neither, actually. It's E-matches. A standard, like, 12-volt launch system can fire, well, at least 9 E-matches, we can confirm. And then...
I don't really ever want to do more than 9.
No, I don't even want to do
You're
9
just,
again.
Twisted like a big wad of wires together.
Right. Yeah, so basically you just have to, make sure you have one end of each E-match and then the corresponding other end. It doesn't matter if you have the matching end, so to speak, from one end of the E-match, so you have 2 and you need left and right, but you do need them divided, one from each side of each E-match and vice versa, which... if that makes sense.
You just need to hook them all up in parallel.
Right.
Right? It actually would be pretty hard to do that if you were by yourself.
Yeah, I did 5.
Yeah.
By yourself?
Well, I was dividing them and handing them to Postart so that they wouldn't get lost. But
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be a task, especially to do such a big amount. So... yeah, but that's how we do it. And then we use some real spicy stuff for getting the motor started. Copper thermite, which is extremely dangerous. That's what I'm going to say about copper thermite. If you have no experience mixing chemicals, don't start there. Maybe do a couple practice runs with like some smoke bomb mix or something. Or even just like some cake flour. It's very, very volatile. Apparently. We kind of struggled to light it when we were just messing with it, but not messing with it, I should clarify.
Yeah.
When we were pouring big
Like,
huge piles But, so yeah, and then that, for my Honest John, I used BKN03 and Pyrex pellets, and the BKN03 lit the Moonburner M before my 38s. So I'm a big BKN03 advocate now. Especially, it's called Procast, right? From Quick Burst.
Yeah.
Yep.
We may switch to that for the next Punisher flight. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because we were getting a hard time on the thermite at Airfest, so I would rather not fight people.
Yeah, I understand why.
Yeah, I do. I do too. It's just like it sucks that there's people using it when they don't need to, when you need to do a big cluster, and
Right.
but it is what it is. So
But the Pyrex pellets worked pretty well on the Arcus.
I know that I watched the video, and it looked like our outboards came up late by a good amount. At least
Well,
some of them.
yeah,
I mean, it doesn't matter because the inlet, but
right. Yeah, and that was the problem with my Honest John was like, I was like, well, it's a good thing it's a Moonburner M because it could never light before these 38s because then that would only be like 2.8 to 1 thrust to weight. I was like, it'll be fine because the M's gonna light like 100 feet up because the 4J is just gonna light instantly, and then the M lit first, and I was like,
what,
oh my god.
what's funny is I'd never actually used Pyrex pellets. I'd always used like the inside of or like a piece of an Estes motor, which will light it instantly. But the Pyrex pellets don't. Like we used half of one on the 38s, and they didn't. I mean, it would be instantly for like a normal flight, but not when you're in. Actually, comes up instantly.
Yeah.
So it was like maybe they lit like in 3/4 of a second, but the in lit like before the button was pushed down. So
Right. Yeah. So it's there's a handful of different ways to do cluster ignition, but that's the gist of it. Dylan Bender asked, "Space shot when?"
never.
Yeah, I don't have any aspirations to do that.
I don't either. I mean, it would be max. I see myself going like 75.
Nah, dude, 100. Our imaginary N1000 M685.
Look, I mean, it's possible. That is actually possible. We could make like I could see ourselves doing that in the future. I don't see it ever getting anywhere close to technically space.
Right, because
Or
100,000 feet is still 230,000 feet short.
I love how everyone's there. Everyone loves to have rockets that sim to 100. It just sounds nice, but it's hard.
Yeah, it is. I'm gonna pull one from the chat before we get too deep. What editing software do you use, and do you need people to help record so you can vlog more? I can do it. So I edit with Adobe Premiere Pro. I used Sony Vegas for a really, really long time, but I've been paying for the entire Adobe Creative Cloud for like 7 years. So I finally decided that I would start editing with it, and since changing, I can never go back. Taylor and Postart, I believe, are still using Sony Vegas,
Yes.
which is a great program. I love it, but now having like the full suite of adjustability that I have thanks to Premiere, it's game over. Can't go back. Now I'm stuck.
Premiere is way better. It's like Sony Vegas, but it has Lightroom built into it. So.
Right. Right room. Let's see. Joe Hill, what's up, man? He asks, how cold were you camping at Black Rock? Because I almost froze my toes off. See, I came what I thought was prepared and wasn't quite as prepared as I thought I needed to be. But I had 2 sleeping bags because I was going to use one as like a mattress pad. But I ended up wrapping myself in both of them. So I was okay. The first night was really chilly. The second night I was fine. And then the third night was not too bad.
Do you have a tent or did you sleep in your car?
Tent. It was really funny actually because I called Bryce when I was in Fernley, Nevada, because it was raining. And, you know, especially having just seen all the Burning Man stuff, I was like, I know how bad it could be to drive out there in the rain. So I called Bryce and I said, hey, what's the weather look like out there? And he goes, oh, it's perfect, man. I was like, okay, well, it's raining in Fernley, so I just wanted to check. And he was like, nah, I don't foresee us getting any rain out here. And then I called Rex a little, like an hour, maybe half an hour before I got to the lake bed. No, it was like 10 minutes, actually. And I was asking him where he, or how he was getting there and what time he was going to arrive. And he's like, Rick just called me and said it rained and it's super muddy where they're at on the playa. So I was like, oh, that's weird. I better check to see if Bryce sent me anything. And he sent me a text message, and it's just like 10 times in a row. It said, do not enter the playa, do not enter the playa. And I was like, oh my God. But it actually had dried out really fast, so it was good to drive out there. But yeah, that was almost scary. And I got there a lot later than I anticipated because I stopped to buy more camping gear and some stuff that was going to help me not freeze, like a sick uh, Death Valley National Park beanie from Walmart, nowhere near Death Valley National Park. Any of you competing in the M Cube Challenge at Balls next year? I was introduced to it, and now I'm kind of interested. It's
The what?
I believe it's an altitude contest with the Loki 54M.
Oh,
And I actually just received an offer to do a really crazy, like, teenage dream of mine, minimum diameter 54 project, but that's still deep in the works, so I'm not going to talk about it at the moment. But I'll tell Taylor after we get off of this, because
Yeah, I'm like, what are you talking about?
1 million subscribers space shot. Okay, yeah, maybe. You said you had 2 more 54 millimeter minimum diameter plates flanned. Wow, I'm not talking right. Is there any more details about that? I'd love to hear about that. Yeah, sure. I have a K455 that's kind of the grown-up version of my last JB Weld rocket on the I-500. It's going to be sub-minimum and probably will fly it far. And then I bought another K300 to try my Scaredy Cat flight again. It's going to be a little revised, but we're going to give it a shot. And I want to take it to Alamosa for NSL because the extra high starting altitude makes rockets go really, really high. So why go for 20 when it could be 25 with some extra elevation, some thin air? What about you, Taylor? Aren't you working on minimum diameter stuff?
I'm gonna do another 3-inch, which I built one. Oh man, almost 10 years ago now, but I I lost it. But we're gonna go if we're gonna go to Alamosa, I'll try it again just for funsies. And I'm confident I can make it shorter this time, so we should get extra altitude. I got an M685 I've been sitting on for a while, and I'm buying the other one from Wilson.
Dang,
with
twinned
it.
up.
Yeah.
So if you don't lose the 7680 the first time, you can try again.
That's right. Yeah.
Sick.
I haven't lost one in a few years, so we gotta try it again.
Yeah. Just looking at him, being like, "Ah, man, I really wish this wasn't here."
I wish this was in the ground.
You know what sucks is my last one is it was in the corner of my or it's currently in the corner of my garage, so it's not really lost. It's just destroyed.
Dude, let's cut it down and make a snap ring case.
It's kind of like a banana, a little bit.
A 2-gram snap ring case. Carl Robinson donated $5. Said making the trip to North Carolina to fly a Hyper 54 on a CTI L805. Sims out at Mach 1.5 and 17,500. At what speed would you not use an externally mounted camera? That's a good question. I feel like if it's like an aerodynamic enough housing and it's attached well, I would fly it to any speed. But like, just like everything else you're building on a rocket, to go that fast, you gotta spend some time making sure it's gonna handle it. I think the better route would be to get a small camera that you can fit in the rocket and just do like a window hole, like Kip did or like Jim Jarvis has done.
I feel like that's what most people do on their minimum diameter stuff.
But, okay. Ejection seat motor was awesome. Will you do more attempts with that motor? I guess that kind of depends on whether or not the guys at Evolution Space are willing to make another one. Bryce from Evolution Space has wanted to make a basically improved version of the CTI 025,000, and he's like, we gotta build a rocket for that. And I'm like, my God, man. If their N10,000 concept wound up at N16,000, I can only imagine what I'm going to be up against is like an 035,000. So, I guess we'll see as details with that roll out. But they just announced today their new facility at Stennis on NASA property. So they're quite occupied at the moment. Taylor needs to turn his camera. I'm assuming that's what you saw and did that for.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
gotcha. Is that the Super Sumo? Yeah. Talk about it.
Oh my. Did you hear Nigel?
No.
No.
Oh,
Sad.
he just let one out. It's a big sumo. 2 times upscale, 7.5-inch PML phenolic, glassed with 3/8 fins, glass. 4 pounds of nose weight, a 75 and 438. And I flew it at Airfest on a single K1800 like a weenie.
5
but-
motor holes and 1 motor.
I'm planning on flying it again, I think, on an L1256 and 4 J350s.
Oh, that's cool.
2 of them will be air started. So, but I dialed in the stick a little bit, and I realized that it's way draggier than I thought, which makes sense because it's a sumo. So like, no matter what motor I put in it, it doesn't go very high.
Sick Millennium Force poster, Taylor. Hell yeah, dude.
What?
He said sick
Wait.
Millennium Force. It's Alex.
Oh, damn. I didn't know you knew what's up like that.
Oh, you know what it is.
Yeah, look what we got here, huh? Intamin wheel assembly.
He's like, all right, you lost me. All right, 5 tips for level 3 certification.
I'm out. I don't have mine, so I have no tips. I could use those tips, though.
My biggest tip right now would be to find taps that are going to let you do what you want to do. Because Tom, I can't remember his last name, but he just did his level 3 at balls, so minimum diameter Loki M motor. And I know a lot of taps are adamantly against that, but if that's the kind of flying that you do, you want to do high performance, extreme stuff, and you understand the risks you're taking in losing all of your expensive stuff, do what you're gonna do.
Yeah, I feel like you should try to, like, if you don't know any taps, try to get to know your taps, and so you can kind of have a relationship with them before just like, hey, I want to do my level 3. Because, like, if they know kind of your experience and know, like, how you build rockets and really what your goal is, like, the type of rockets you want to fly, then I feel like it's a lot easier than just getting someone that wants to kind of tell you what to do or the way they would do it or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know if I have 5 tips on deck.
Make sure the parachute comes out.
Right, yeah. Make sure it's going to handle the motor you put in it.
Don't overthink it.
Be prepared to lose it if you be a little crazy about it. And no matter what size rocket you're flying or how high it's going, just always be prepared to have to buy another motor case and rocket under any amount of circumstances. That's always my biggest thing. Anytime I have 75mm hardware in a rocket, I'm always like, man, that's a lot of money right there.
Or how about all of our 75mm hardware in the Big Punisher?
Yeah, Yeah, when the nose cone came off the Arcus, I thought what I saw was a bunch of motor cases come out the back, and I was like, no way,
Yeah,
dude.
you would basically convince me that's what happened, and I was
It's
like, "What?"
I just saw something make it wiggle in the camera, and then like some twinkly stuff behind it, and I was like, oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. I gotta scroll back up a little bit. Carl Robinson said, "Damn, they're coaster nerds too. We should hang out. Busch Gardens, Tampa for the win." Yeah, the Anti-Gravity Group is a play on the Gravity Group, manufacturer of amazing wooden roller coasters.
Hence the stolen logo.
Yeah, it's not stolen. It's parody art. I
I know
reversed it.
the. Well, I was going to turn my camera around to show the sick coaster stuff on my wall, but no one really cares.
With so many 3-inch Punishers flown in Arconia, how many do you think they would allow us to fly in drag race at Airfest 30? I think we maxed it out.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
if we could really talk them into more than that, or we'd have to follow the complex cluster distance rule. So
Well, we were already technically following that rule.
right, but maxed out. If we had 4, we wouldn't have been able to fly them from there.
Yeah.
It depends what motors you do, but like if we did the same motors that like a 4-grain K, I mean you could do you could probably max out the 80s pads.
And then that's also pending approval from the powers that be in Arconia.
Yeah. Basically it's not gonna happen. We could do like a bracket or something though.
That'd be kind of fun to do like a bracketed
Yeah.
altitude competition with the same motor and same rocket.
Yeah.
I do want to try and set
Or-
up a
or just,
contest.
like- If we did like an actual bracket with where each person drag races someone, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, you gotta buy like 10 motors if you make it all the way to the
Yeah.
end. I won.
Oh,
I won
no.
this $100 gift card, and all it cost me was $1,400 in K motors. I really wanted to do a contest of some sort of LDRS next year. In my head it was called Punisher Punishment, and it's just a contest surrounding Punishers somehow. My thought was something with 3-inch Punishers and making the prize a 4-inch Punisher. So that's something that's in my head. I don't know if that's going to be a reality, but I'll work on it at some point. All right, let's see if I miss anything back here. Iron Gwazi is insane. 60 seconds of trying to throw you off. No brake runs and pulls in the station at 50. Yeah, I know. It looks super awesome. Too bad the one and only time I was in Orlando, it was done and not open because of COVID. I was so mad. It was on my birthday, too. They should have opened it for my birthday. I did get to ride Sheikra, though, and I wanted to ride it since I was like 14, so.
I've been on Iron Gwazi.
Yeah, well,
And coaster.
I've ridden Manta.
Okay. Atsu's better.
I wouldn't know, but I guess I could know pretty easily.
Yeah, you
It's
could
pretty
know.
Close to me now. Shane, we gotta go figure out what it is.
Yeah.
What is Shane working on?
Oh. At the moment, nothing. I have projects that I need to do, but I'm not actively working on anything. I've got my level 3 that I need to do, and then minimum diameter 54 in the works, and 4-inch Little John that I need to build.
And some awesome pictures you need to take at Midwest Power, am I right?
Yeah, if anyone's going to be at Midwest Power, I'll be taking pictures of everything.
Speaking of which, well, we still got some time. Basically, up until Midwest Power, I'm going to continue to sell those posters, but Teespring, I guess you can find them just on rocketvlogs.com, or I think it's just teespring.com/Arcus, isn't it? I think I finagled that URL somehow.
Yeah.
If you want to check out those posters. Or how about this? Anybody watching, any donations from this stream are also going to go to the Take Postart to Midwest Power Fund. So we already have $5. Thank you, Carl. I believe Taylor attended Thunder in Australia. No, I want to go to Thunder Down Under. I'm sorry.
Dude, me too.
I have to do the accent when I say it.
That was awful.
It makes me happy.
You should feel bad about that.
I do. I'm trying another fully fiberglass Apogee Aspire minimum diameter 29 on I-205. There we go. All right, I'm going to pull back into the Patreon questions. Sean Cooper says, great to see the growth. Content has been awesome this year. Thank you. What are some of your bucket list motors or kits that are still to come? And how do you get into tracking down things like discontinued kits and the gorgeous rare casings? I'll start. One of my bucket list kits is one I already had, and now I have another one. It's the Polecat 5.5 inch Nike Smoke. I have a Vendetta out to fly one on an M motor, and Bryce happened to have one for sale at Balls, and to go into how I find rare kits and motors and hardware, it's exactly like that. People just happen to have them for sale, and I happen to be the first one to see them sometimes.
So, yeah, and it helps to have if you see something like that, to like not think about it and just buy it sometimes.
Right. You have
before everyone else
money credit cards for a reason.
Yeah, be reckless with your credit cards.
Because you're not gonna have, if it's something everyone wants, you're not gonna have time to think about it. Like someone else will buy it. So a lot of it's just like if it's posted online, like getting to it before the next person, or like you found cases like some old cases that were at someone just had at a launch that you made a deal on. So
yeah, he had a whole bag of them because he was an OG flyer, and I had saved one of his rockets from certain doom because he forgot to turn the electronics on. So he hooked me up with a really good price on that. Basically all of the rare 38s that I have. Hit list of motors, M2200 skid marks on there. Obviously, that was my dream level 3 motor when I was like 14. The M3000 Super Tiger, another AMW 7600 motor. I kind of got to fly a Kazan M2240 because my dad had it and he put my name on the flight card too, but like I want one of my own.
You're not going to find those.
I actually might have, but I'll tell you
about
that later.
Oh my gosh.
But basically all of the crazy Kazdan motors, the O10000, the L3000 motors, you'll never see or hear about again. And I mean K555, but I have a couple of those, so I just need to fly them. I can check that off the list. And yeah, other kits, I guess I really want to build a Dynacom Anaconda because I like that thing a lot. There's a handful of I want a Wildman Space Cowboy. And the chances of that are real slim, but if somebody happens to have one sitting, hit me up. Basically, it's a Punisher, but a little bit longer and with like crazy diamond CNC airfoiled fins. And just... it's minimum diameter, so it's just like this super crazy efficient for the time anyway design, but it is sort of iconic in my rocketry childhood.
Yeah. Like I still want, like, if anyone has a the Kestrel that just sitting Three Dogs rocketry.
Yeah.
I wanted one of those so bad. But it's funny because it's like it's not super, like it was all fin shape,
right?
Because it was about the size of a little dog or something. But like it would go 20K, which at that length is like super impressive.
Another really dumb one on my list is the old Performance Rocketry full scale Nike Smoke with the molded fins.
Oh, dude, I would go in on that one.
Like Derek DeVille had when the charge went up on the pad.
Those are
Well,
cool.
and Jack Garibaldi had one, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's that's hardcore. I had a Space Cowboy years ago, sold it, and I'm kicking myself for selling it. Yeah, they're cool.
Mm.
The Crazy Jim original. And Eric
I,
Foster made the fins, right?
yes, I think so.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, what else? A 10-inch Polecat Fat Man. That's way up there on the need to get that list.
Yeah. Any of that cool polecat stuff I'm
Any
into.
polecat kit.
I was gonna say, yeah, all of the Polecat, the
All,
5.5-inch
yeah,
Mercury Redstone.
Well, okay, any of
yeah.
the 5.5-inch polecat kits I'm in on.
5.5-inch mosquito.
10-inch Thumper.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm still need to try to make our own skeeters.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I think I have a tube for one, but
I
Shane,
just need to get.
what's on your hit list?
Like Taylor said, all the polecat kits. I really want a big mosquito. And then
If I can get the mold to work, I can make us some.
yeah, but you need to try.
Well, winter's coming up, so
Um, Sean Cooper continues. Who are some of your biggest influences in rocketry that the audience may not be familiar with? I had never heard of the Gates brothers before LDRS 39, which, coming from our perspective, is like the craziest thing. Because, like, if you knew anything about rocketry in the early 2000s, like, you 100% knew who the Gates brothers were. But the list is going to be just like that. Like, the Gates brothers, Wedge Oldham. I know Taylor's a big Wedge fan.
yeah.
The Nike
Um,
Hercules and
the
everything. Really, he was insane, man.
Yeah, he went way too hard. Um, Pat,
Oh
obviously.
yeah, Pat Gordeslick, of course. And
Mm.
my biggest early influences were Roy Palmentier and all of the Arizona people. Upscale rocketry. They like have an iconic picture of a 12-inch Alpha just like sitting in the bed of a pickup truck, and it looks amazing. We got another donation. I think that's Alex. First super chat from Rocket Man Alex. $10 to get Shane to Midwest
Oh,
Power. And
sick.
oh, I missed one. I think folks rushing to level 3 too fast. Explode level 2 for a bit. A full L and 4-inch rocket is all this speed and altitude you can eat. Um, I mean, I agree that there is a lot of amazing and fun things you can do in level 2, but in my case for level 3, well, I mean, it took me a long time, so I guess this is pretty applicable in this exact scenario because it was like 8 years. But
I mean,
I don't have any problem with people doing it just to have the option to fly level 3 size stuff, which was kind of the motivation for getting my level 3, which I immediately turned my back on that concept and then flew a bunch of M's and the same day bought a motor case for an N. So, but that was just me being reckless. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I go back and forth on that concept.
I say just do whatever you feel comfortable with. If you think that's the next progression, you can do that. And even if you only fly that one M and then fly a million Ks after that, that's fine. I mean, that's like what Chuck Haskin did. He got like all of his certs in like a year or two, and then like just because he wanted to, but he's still flying rockets. So it's like then you see other people that get all their certs and drop out of the hobby. So
Right.
it's
Yeah, they
really
burn out.
whatever you want to do. I mean, and you feel comfortable with, but don't rush into anything. It's not like a race to see who can get the certs the fastest.
Yeah.
I fly
I
most.
just
I mean, we probably fly mostly level 2. That's like the sweet spot.
Yeah, 54, baby.
It's kind of affordable.
Yeah.
I just want mine for the 3 stripes on my Airfest badge next year.
And that's the proper motivation.
Yeah.
To flex on people who aren't level 3. That's the only
Yeah.
reason to do it, really.
Yeah.
Wait.
um,
Hey, Alex, is Alex coming to Midwest Power?
I don't know, ask him.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Anyway, back to the question: who else are some rocketry influences?
Oh, I
Terry
forgot.
Stroud, because of Master Blasters. I was a big fan of them. And because of Aurora as well.
Yeah, Aurora was sick.
Yeah, I wish I was there to see it. Some of us were.
um,
Some of us weren't even born. Oh yeah, some of us weren't even 1 year old.
Yeah.
Isn't that ridiculous to think about? You were sitting there watching a P motor and Shane was like 4 months old.
yeah, that is messed up.
Not a lot of level 3 flyers in Australia. I want my name on that list. Yeah, I can only imagine. I think you've given us a little taste of like how much it costs to fly there. What like
Yeah, with
roughly in
import fees.
US, what does an M1297 cost for you?
Yeah.
Um any plans to continue the podcast? Asks Dylan Bender. Yes. Braden's mic
We
is low
should.
volume. Oh, hold on. Let me fix that. Remedy. Did I get way louder?
No, still seems okay.
Hopefully it's a little bit better. Alex said I may just say screw it and call off work and drive out. Only about 10 hours. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the spirit.
Multiply by 2.5 for the cost of a motor there.
Oh, man. What's an
Jesus.
M1297 here now? Like 385.
Yeah.
So it's $1,000.
Oh.
You can almost buy an N for that here.
That's rough.
It would almost be more cost effective to come here for your cert if you were going to do a really big motor. But yeah, we definitely need to work on the podcast. Honestly, I think you guys need to step up your audio game a little bit. Not trying to flex or anything, but I'm on the right channel only. What a bad time to be bragging about audio. That's weird. Hold on.
That's what you get.
Oh no, dude. What have I done?
What you get for bragging.
I know. Unbelievable. Huh. Wait. Nope. It's still. Yeah, it is only showing the right channel. Was it before? Unbelievable. Well, what can you do?
Um,
Sorry, I'm trying to troubleshoot this mic problem now. Do 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 do. Oh, I wonder. Hold on.
I may have a loaded diaper, but she's going on the rail, and I'm going to tell the LCO to send that biznatch. What does that mean?
I don't know, but I like it.
Yeah, Alex will be there all 3 days. Well, I mean, we'll head out on midday Sunday, but yeah.
Yep. Oh, you're super quiet now.
Hold on. It's also because I'm far away from the mic.
Oh.
I think all I did was move myself to the left channel.
Man, someone needs to step up their audio game.
And pause start. We too can be like Braden with only one channel.
I don't. It for some reason it's in mono mode, but I don't know how to fix that.
Sick.
I'm wondering if it's because I'm using the audio for Discord as well.
Well, we made it this far, so I guess it's just how it be.
Let's see.
Maybe just stick to Rockets.
Oh, we're live, boys. Well, ooh.
Ooh. Oh, this is chaos.
Welcome to mono audio tracking. You imagine if I had that set up like that and just like recorded an entire album with the vocals
Oh,
recording to
dude.
one side?
I have to think you would notice at some point, but maybe not.
Well, you would notice instantly because when you're tracking it, it would only be the top or bottom. All right, there we go. Thanks for pointing that out. May be making rash decisions over here. You guys attending Midwest Power all 3 days? Yes, sir. And I paid to register, or I registered to fly, but I'm not flying anything. It's a donation. I thought that I had to be registered to eat at the
You
banquet.
can go on the range though.
Yeah, I don't really think that would have been a problem in the first place, but that
Yeah.
was
Last year he was playing it tight. Remember?
Yeah, that's true.
Gotta have the name badge.
Mono is okay, but you should bring up the volume. I was just looking at that. But yeah, so that's the plan. Whether or not I fly anything, and I mean, just in case something comes up and somehow I'm. But after talking to Taylor and David, I was kind of considering being the 3-inch Punisher, but we'll see. We'll see.
Isn't that what you bought it for?
Yeah, it is exactly like my reasoning behind buying it was that you could fit it in checked baggage and take it to a rocket launch. But I don't have money to buy a motor while I'm there.
What about that K555?
You want me to take that on the airplane?
Well, I thought you were getting another one.
I am? Oh. Yeah. Well, yeah. But for one, I don't want to fly it from a mile away if that's the case.
Well, but if it's not the case.
2, he hasn't confirmed officially that he's going. He said he's
Oh.
playing it by ear at the moment. And 3mium, I would have to go through the tedious process of unloading my 1750 case and reloading it with a different motor.
The same motor.
Right. I
Yeah.
mean, that's tedious. On another note, I built a supersonic golf ball cannon, shot a paint can, ignited, and almost burned down my yard. I should also just stick to rockets. Oh my god.
Wow. That sounds like something I would have done when I was like 13.
That's amazing.
Michael Graylis asks, what is next year's project? Should we tell them about... Oh, man.
I think so. I don't know. Not really that. It's not really like a new... Wait, no. Are you talking about like the build?
Yeah.
Are we still doing that?
I didn't know it was serious until you were like really planning it out.
I just assumed we were actually going to do it, but now I'm kind of pumping the brakes because I don't know if I want to store it.
Yeah, that's
That would be kind of one that ends up in the dumpster after we fly it, unless someone wants to take it home.
right.
So I don't know if it's worth it. I'd rather just fly the Punisher again.
Do I know what you're talking about?
I'm just gonna say it. The upscale magic crystal.
Oh, right.
I still want to do it though. I would say
Right.
someday we'll build a giant magic crystal, but I don't know if it's going to be next year.
Yeah, that was our plan for a minute. Was to upscale the magic crystal firework and like actually have spin motors and.
I'm still 100% down to do it, but it's probably not going to be next year.
Yeah, it's
It's so dumb, but it would be perfect. Like the execution would be beautiful.
it would be also like I feel like we'd be pushing what is okay at Airfest.
Yeah.
Like, all right, guys, like the big rockets were fine because they worked, but this might be a hair over the line. You guys are getting wild.
That's why we just have to build the small scale magic crystal first to prove our concept.
Yeah, and then we do the one with an N1000 and 2K185 spin motors.
That's not the plan I came up with 2 L850s in the middle, and then the spin motors are like, I don't know, J90s or something.
When are y'all gonna give up the 1970s ham radio tracking and get a GPS unit? I just look at my phone and walk right to it every time. You need a ham license for a lot of good GPS stuff. And the answer is the very moment I go to a rocket launch where people are flying GPS and I don't see someone lose lock and never get their rocket back. I don't. Somebody actually at Airfest asked us the same question. He was like, "You guys need a good GPS," and the next day lost his rocket because his GPS lost lock.
The way he said it was so snarky too. That's like.
That's like, your opinion. He might be watching this, so I'm not gonna say anything bad. But obviously, I still felt bad. But I was just like, so I have GPS stuff, but anytime I fly GPS, it's also going to have a RDF beep boop tracker on it.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get GPS next year, but I probably won't put it in every rocket, just because radio tracking is so easy.
Yeah,
like we use the transmitter so small, and like it's never not worked unless the rocket was in the ground. So
yeah, that's exactly what I always say. Is I'm like, the only time I've lost rockets with an RDF tracker on them is when the tracker gets destroyed. And actually, somebody from the Rocketry Discord at FAR this past weekend was showing me his RDF transmitters, and I guess they cost like $7. So
yeah,
he was like, "Do you want some? I can bring some to the next launch." And I was like, "Yeah, just let me know how much you want for them But they use 2032s as well, and we could just 3D print a case, and it would be just like the Wildman trackers."
what's the frequency?
Whatever you want it to be.
And the guy's making them?
No, he's buying them assembled from some import service, and then. But you basically just have to solder on the battery holder and an antenna, and you're done.
Huh? Has he used them quite a bit?
Yeah, and I'm gonna throw them in some stuff and give them a little test before they go in anything that's going high or very expensive. But yeah, I did order some GPS stuff, and in a similar vein, am currently. You're not gonna believe this, Taylor. Studying for my ham technician's license.
Really?
Yeah. I decided I'm just gonna do it, cause like, I want to use the good GPS. I've seen many GPS failures. I've yet to see one that was Altus Metrum.
Oh, I've seen Altus Metrum not work. But it's... I mean, it's not... I don't know. I don't know if there's... I've seen probably as many Altus Metrum not work as Featherweight, so I'd say that they're pretty much equal.
Yeah, and that's the Featherweight stuff I've seen work a ton. But like I said, everything I fly with GPS is going to have RDF on it as well. Who took over the ownership of ComSpec, or are they gone now? Yeah, ComSpec's gone. I think Tim told me the guy died. He was like, I'm retired, I don't want to do this.
He had just retired, and then he died.
Yeah, that's insane.
So they were already not available, and then he died, so.
I've been flying
Now they're
featherweight
even more
trackers.
not available.
I've been flying featherweight trackers for 2 years. GPS locks out over Mach, but once you drop back below, it comes back. See, that's the problem. Is I've seen it not come back quite a lot. I've been using the LL Electronics RF trackers that are made for falconry. Yep, that's what we use as well.
Mm-hmm.
Ham license test is not difficult. Good luck. Yeah, the only thing that frustrates me about it is that it's only 35 questions, but it's from a pool of like 450. And then it's like triplicates of each question that are worded slightly different to just try and trip you up.
Oh, God.
So it's like, what can't you do with this? Or can you do this if this is happening? And it's just a bunch of like semantics nonsense. I assume because it's just really easy to memorize everything. And they'd kind of like you to actually be paying attention. It is unfortunate, too, because I don't even have a ham radio. All that's going to be broadcasting is GPS and beeping. So it's not even a power level that technically requires a ham license. And Bedale from Altus Metrum will tell you that. But the problem is that you have to have the equipment certified to be used without a license. And apparently it's like $10,000 per electronic device. So to do the TeleGPS and the Telemega and the Telemetrum and one other whatever is $40,000. So it's just not plausible. I'm new to high power. What RDF units to use? We use the LL Electronics transmitters right now. We're still using ComSpec receivers, but if you see a ComSpec receiver for sale, buy it. Dude, I almost bought Justin Farron's because it was on eBay with no reserve, and it sold for like $60. I almost want to message him and be like, I'll give you $100 if you just take that listing down. But
I almost got it, but I was like, I don't really need it. But
yeah, like what circumstance am I going to break my receiver? But I'm just like, I don't want to be left without it.
Yeah, I figured if it really messed up, I would just drop the money to get one from L Electronics.
Yeah. I'm a CTI guy, but the Aerotech M1939 is the greatest consumer rocket motor ever made, in my opinion. You guys ever fly one? Taylor has.
I did in my 5-inch Punisher, and it went 19,000 feet.
I decided to buy an N instead that barely had more impulse than an M1939. Twice the price for like 100 more Newton seconds.
Yeah, literally like a couple hundred more Newton seconds.
I want to fly an M1419 too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are there requirements for age or other requirements to get a ham? I assume you have to be 18, right? I don't know.
I don't know if you do.
Let's ask Google.
No age requirement.
Oh, there you go. Some of the questions are crazy. They're like, who's allowed to transmit data to the International Space Station? And if you have a ham license, you can just do that. And 2200 dark matter, or 2220 dark matter in the 5-inch Punisher. I'm not buying another one.
Nah, I want to do it in 2000, and Braden's going to do the N1000 in his.
Yes, sir. That Gates Brothers Millennium 9815 360 is flying. To the disdain of many people. It's a rocket motor case. It has to fly. The Gates brothers, of all people, certainly would not have cared if it got lost. That's the risk we take, folks, even if it's a pretty hard-to-get case.
As long as you could get it back, even if it was damaged, that'd be good enough.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
Just make a wall piece out of it. It just burns through the part where it's engraved.
That would be my luck.
no.
I'd get one of those spicy N1000s that blows a hole all the way down the side of the liner. Just blisters the entire case. Cool. Well, I got the rocket bag in perfect condition. Famous last
Burns
words.
it to the point the case is just black again.
Listen, I don't care if it gets destroyed. If it gets lost, I'll be sad. But if it gets destroyed being used as a rocket motor case, then that is what happens. Rocket motor cases belong in the air, just not in the ground. I've never seen a better phrase than that, honestly. Also, which receiver did you buy from LL? We have the ComSpec receivers. You can order the LL transmitters on any frequency, so we just get them for the 222. Or, should I say that? Whatever band doesn't require licensing, because I think technically all of it does, but
Yep.
that doesn't get brought up a lot.
Right. I think its intended purpose also matters. Because I think I don't know.
Yeah, you guys haven't subscribed to my falconry channel yet. Hop on over there.
But they have the ability to give you a transmitter in like any frequency. Well, I think they have a range, but you just go to the website and pretty much tell them. And if you don't have a receiver, they do sell them. And they're probably pretty nice. I haven't used one.
Favorite propellants, minus CTI's C-Star. Roars like no other. I love C-Star.
Yeah.
The K740 is one of my favorite motors ever.
The M2250 was so sick.
That's what I wanted to fly my Nike Smoke on when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
My heart goes out to red propellant.
Yeah, Shane's a big Redline fan.
Yeah.
Dude, I realized why they were hitting so good at Airfest. There was a bunch of wildfire smoke in the air.
Oh, yeah. That's probably...
It was like Midwest Power last year.
If we're being real.
Oh, apparently the stream just dropped out.
Yeah, mine froze for a second.
It says we're back.
Yeah, it's back now.
Weird. Is there a recommended alternative to the ComSpec receiver? Yeah, I guess the LL one, because I don't know of anything else. I'm going to look on eBay right now, though, and see if there is a ComSpec receiver. You guys
LL Electronics and Marshall, whatever. But I think the Marshall one's really expensive. So that's why we use LL Electronics transmitters.
All right, somebody's going to get lucky, but you got to be fast. If you're one of the 30 people or whatever watching right now, there is one for sale on eBay, the PR100 for $170. That's like half the original price. I'm going to put it in the comments for you guys. Lucky, but you got to be... Ooh, sorry if you got a little audio overlay there for a second. I pulled the stream up. Oh, eBay, thanks a lot with the 30-mile URLs. They're so long for no reason. It's 400 characters long.
Yeah.
All right.
So you can't put it in.
There we go. I just dropped it. Somebody buy that, because for some reason I will if nobody else does. There's one of the low cat ones too.
Oh, dude, that one comes with the carrying case.
Yeah.
Man, I don't have that. I want it.
Oh.
Just take... I just need to steal Matt's. You won't even notice.
Ask Joey very nicely, who seems like he's about to buy it, if you can have the case. I'll give you $20 back. I'll cover the shipping. Let me have the pretty little case.
True. I will.
I just bought a 5-inch Punisher 2 hours ago, though.
Well, perfect.
Perfect. Oh, wait. Hold on.
Best rocket. I forgot about that.
Yeah, the soundboard.
Wait, get the crickets ready. What's the deal with airline food? Nice. Perfect. Would work nice with my RH transmitter. Ooh, I've created a drag race to buy the receiver.
No.
I got the cat one cracks me up. Have you seen those, Taylor?
What?
ComSpec made a cat tracker. So it's the same receiver, but it says locat on it, like locate. And there's one on eBay, so you should get it for Nigel.
I didn't know.
Oh my god.
They made that.
Dude, it looks like it's exactly the same. Like, I think
They made a bunch. in the late years, they made a bunch of different like branded products that were the same thing.
And this one has no antenna, but it's been for sale for like 8 months or however long ComSpec has been out of business. This has been on there because I've been looking. So
I do like the idea of radio tracking your cat.
yeah, you could let Nigel go outside.
Yeah, you could make Nigel an outside cat.
Yeah, so I could find his bones.
Whoa,
Oh.
God,
I think he'd survive.
that's
He'd be good.
tasteless. Yeah, Nigel's a man, dude.
Yeah, he's tough.
Well, he's been outside when he was young, but he's too old now.
How old is he?
11.
He's
Dang,
getting up
that
there.
is old for a cat.
Yeah.
I can't believe he's still taking those giant leaps off the table to the floor
Right?
and stuff.
Just
From
4
the
foot
table
jump
to
from
the kitchen counter.
You gotta get him those like joint and muscle relief treats, and he's gonna be spry again.
I think it's all the water he drinks. He drinks like a gallon of water a day.
He really does. It's insane. I've never seen a cat want water that bad. Also, Taylor
Yeah.
has pampered him to the point that he will not drink still water.
If it's not moving.
Oh, dude! A week or two ago, there was a. I just forgot to pay my water bill, and I got my water turned off. So he couldn't drink from the faucet, and he wasn't happy about it.
That's our next step because we can't pay our water bill because the website is down. So there's like
Yeah, our
it's
water bill
Southern
was
California.
due.
So there's probably a like line of 800 people trying to pay their bill in person.
Our bill was due 5 days ago, and I just can't pay it.
Don't they usually give you like at least a month? I feel like, right?
Yeah,
I
well,
don't know.
they also
It
were
says
just like,
for
we're
late
not
fees.
issuing any fees or shutoffs during
Yeah.
this because it's our fault. But yeah,
I thought I was on auto pay, but I wasn't, and so I hadn't paid since July.
that's how I lost my my UPS commercial shipping account because I had it like auto billing to my debit card, and then when I went somewhere, my bank thought my card got stolen, so they canceled it. So I just kept shipping stuff and just like racking up a bill at UPS, and then none of it ever
Oh.
got paid. And I didn't realize it until they were like, "Hey, we canceled your account. You weren't paying us." I was like, "What do you mean? You billed to my card?" They're like, "Yeah, that card is expired or it doesn't work. Keeps declining." I was like, "Why didn't you call me?" Carl Robbins says, "What are your feelings on handling black powder with a lit cigar in your mouth like I just was? Almost blew myself up over here. Had the whole 1 pound canister wide open." My thoughts are, don't do that.
Yeah.
That's
Jeremy
like,
Sim, what transmitter does he need? RF6 if you're talking about L electronics. That's what we use.
the XLK transmitter.
Or XLF6? X something like that.
Yeah, I don't
The
know.
6.
I
Oh,
just
Jeremy bought the receiver.
nice.
Nice. If you want to sell the little case, let me know.
Yeah, ship it back from Australia. What are we paying for if it's just gonna keep freezing like that?
Dude, I know.
We have fiber optic internet, 1,000 up, 1,000 down. Hope it works good. Like I said, just bought my Punisher. It's good enough for me. I'm only 14 though, so all my purchases go through them. Total might scare them. Oh yeah, that's what was funny. I missed that comment when you said that sounds like something you would do when you're 14. He replied, "I am 14."
Oh.
Yeah, I was like, that sounds suspiciously like something 14-year-old me would do.
But yeah, those trackers are really great. Here, I'll send you a link to the transmitter we use on Patreon, Jeremy.
They're so small and the antenna is short, so it's less likely to get ripped off.
And the transmitter noise is fun. It sounds like it's
Yeah.
underwater.
Yeah, it does.
Oh. Alright, I just sent it to you on Patreon. It's it also order a few extra sets of the batteries if you're shipping them that far, because they ship them with the batteries installed for some reason. 'Cause supposedly it lasts like 2 weeks, but I don't know how easy it'll be to find them in Australia. It's damn near impossible to find them here.
I wonder why they do that. In case they get sent to the wrong house, you can just go on a tracking mission.
Like, well, can you drop the transmitter link here? Yes. There you go. I also started one of those Amazon affiliate accounts, so like now I have chip brushes and epoxy and like all the things I use in a little store, and if you guys buy it from that, I get like a couple bucks.
Did you finally get the tripod?
Yeah, I did. Are you proud of me? Dude, you know what's hilarious? For balls, I bought a $200 like cinematic ball fluid head tripod so that I could finally just be like, all right, you know what? All the people are right. I'll film with a tripod. The 3 clips I tried to film with it were trash, dude, because the rocket just goes out of frame. I maxed out the tripod. One went a little left, and sure enough, I couldn't track it. I was like, this is exactly what I have been saying for years. Unbelievable.
Did you return it?
Yeah, I did. It was.
I can always tell when videos use tripods and they like reach the mat. It just so abruptly stops.
Well, it's so that you don't see the rocket hitting the dome.
That too.
Dude,
Yeah.
I've been getting a lot of flat Earth comments on the Hojo video. It's insane. This one guy was like, interesting that the moment it stopped going up there, you heard a noise almost like it hit something plastic. I was like, that was the ejection charge and gravity making it stop. It's insane. Thanks. With ComSpec going out of business, I'm looking for additional transmitter options. Yeah, and I might have a line on some insanely cheap ones, but I'm going to test them out before I start recommending people buy them. But so far, from what I understand, they've had some good luck with them. Flat Earthers drive me insane. They always have some sort of comeback. Yeah, I don't even respond to them. I delete most of the comments because I'm just like, no, I'm not. This isn't allowed. Gotta head out because Eastern time sucks. Have a good night, guys. Yep, take it easy, man. I tried to start it as as early as possible because I know that one time, like when Bryce and I did the stream when we glassed his 24-inch tube, it was like 4 a.m. for East Coast people.
Oh.
Bryce's ability to just be up super late and then still get up early in the morning and be like wide awake and ready to go is the craziest thing.
Yeah, one of those people that just like doesn't even understand like what you're talking about for like being like, why are you tired? I don't know. We were up till 4 a.m. Yeah, and?
I assume the tracker is easy to use. Yeah, I actually did a video on how to use it. But it's, pretty intuitive. It does take like a little bit of figuring out, but you'll pick up on it pretty fast.
Yeah, even if you like, I started with the tracker when I was like 13, so I kind of just taught myself because I didn't understand what people were telling me to do, and you figure it out pretty quick. I didn't lose any rockets because of it. It's just like you need to triangulate the signal. But if you don't, you'll end up walking way more.
See you,
so
Kevin. See you, Connor. Thanks for being here. But yeah, the best thing you can do is like keep pointing it in various directions while the rocket's still in the sky and get a good definitive line on what way it's going. That way, once it's down, if it's behind some, like, hills or whatever else, what have you, and you lose it when it's on the ground, once you start walking the direction it landed, and boom. You'll find it eventually. Except for not in the case of my rocket Scaredy Cat, but the time it flew, that transmitter had issues. The time it flew at LDRS and didn't work with Taylor's rocket should have been a clue for me not to put it in a rocket that was going 20,000 feet.
Yeah.
And we were like, it just needs a battery.
It didn't. What was crazy was the signal was super weak on the Big Daddy, too. And I just happened to get lucky that it landed in the only backburn field that entire place.
Yeah, it was like right the road.
Yeah, and it was super close. So I had the signal and I was up close. But the combination of the wind and me accidentally maybe putting the main out at 20,000 feet and the fact that I didn't have any signal with that tracker until I was like within 1,000 feet or so should have all been like, do not fly this tracker. But yeah, it is what it is.
The weird part about when I flew it at LDRS is like it was giving a signal. It was just kind of like wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand how that happens, but
So yeah, if you have a tracker acting funky, don't do what I did and don't fly it. Question: would you recommend fiberglassing a 4-inch lock iris for level 2 certification? No, I would not. Unless you're gonna do something crazy like a K700 or something like that. But
I mean, I'm kind of I mean, depend. I don't know. Doesn't that come with a 54?
yeah, I think it does.
I mean, it doesn't really need it, but it's going to make it more durable for long term.
Yeah.
For like and hard landings and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, do you need it? No, I wouldn't recommend doing it if it's just a 38 or you're just going to fly J's and stuff. But if you do plan on eventually sending it pretty hard, then yeah, glass it. Yeah, 54. Okay, then yeah. It's, again, not really necessary, and you could probably even fly, like, some pretty mild K motors, and it would be fine. But if you ever have any aspirations to do, like, an L1090 or something, or even, like, K1275, a K700, something gnarly, I think it would take a K550, though. And we're back. Anyway, like I was saying, I'm happy to let you borrow the receiver as long as I'm not actively using it. And if you want to wait till I'm done flying my things so that my transmitter doesn't get lost before I get a chance to use it. But my big recommendation would be to buy a transmitter and bring it. Try to find a receiver. And if you can't find one by the time you get to fly it, then sure, you can use my receiver. Taylor, are you frozen? Oh, nope. You're just sitting really still. Is it worth doing some dual deploy flights on F and G motors before doing a level 1-2 cert attempt?
No.
Nah. I don't. It's fine to do dual deploy for your level 1, but if I was going to do my level 1 again right now, I wouldn't. I really just like flying 38 stuff with motor deploy.
Yeah.
I do like it on level 2 stuff, though, but you don't need to do it. Level 1 dual deploy feels unnecessary to me. Also kind of cumbersome. But
depending on if it's a 4-inch rocket with like an I-600 in it. But like, if it's a classic 3-grain 38, whatever. Let it rip, do motor deploy.
I mean, even I-600, mine was motor deploy.
Yeah, that's true. In a 3-inch rocket.
Yeah.
I did a motor deploy I-500 too.
I did a motor deploy. I did an H238 for my level 1, the big boy.
I did an I-motor for my level 1.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. I-435. Yeah, Postart kind of demolished us.
Yeah, but he had a weak level 2 flight.
Yeah.
It was cool initially.
Yeah.
The first attempt.
It would have been good. Yeah.
The head-end deploy Red Max.
Stupid rocks. So you're disrespectful.
Nobody can flex on my dad's level 2 flight. It was influenced very heavily by me, obviously.
Yeah.
But the 3-grain 75L in the 4-inch rocket for level 2 goes way, way too hard, especially for the fact that he had never flown anything other than 4-grain 29s before that. Motor deploy doesn't seem high power to me, so I was thinking of dual deploy. Also thinking I motor from a level 1. I see that sentiment a lot, but like we flew an O impulse rocket and then in the same launch flew motor deploy 38s. So like
almost all the other stuff. Yeah, I flew a couple. Start flew one. I don't know. I still most of the 38s I've been flying are motor deploy, at least 4-grain and below.
Thanks again. Ultimately wanted to fly some bigger motors, so I might glass it. I bought some glass sleeves from Solar Composite after watching your video, so I might give it a shot. Yeah, especially if you already have it and the sleeves. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Just do the fun trick where you get a damp paper towel and rub all the glassine off. It's so much better than peeling the tube. But make sure you get the glassine off one way or another before you glass it. We'll just do a weekly call-in show, dude. A rocketry advice show. That would be kind of fun if we do the podcast to have like an advice section.
Yeah.
My level 2 was a 3-inch dual deploy Aero B high with a J435. 5289 at Mach 1. Yeah, that's pretty hardcore. Aero B highs rule. I wanted the Cosmodrome one so bad.
I'm not really a fan for some reason. Oh wait, is that the 2-stage one?
Yeah, with the
booster.
Yeah.
Damn.
Rest in peace, Cosmodrome. That was the only Cosmodrome thing I wanted.
You know, Cosmodrome's technically the guy that still makes kits.
For real? Like Hawk Mountain?
What?
No, like he posted on the Rocketry forum.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he just makes them like, you know, super slow. And like he spent, I don't know, he was dealing with something, but yeah, I don't know, because you have to order him by like emailing it, right? It's like straight out of 1997, but.
Yeah, I was going to say, because the website hasn't been updated since 2015.
Because there's a thread that's like, is Cosmodrome available or something? And then he's like, yeah.
He's like, yeah, I'm still here.
He's like, I have all the stuff for this kit, and this kit. I think I still want one of the Nike Smokes, to be honest, but.
Dude,
I kind of blew it on the, when Estes had the Pro Series Nike Smoke available.
My dad has one.
I have one.
Oh, yeah.
Because at the time, I thought I was too cool for building a small rocket like that, but I'm a Nike Smoke guy, and now I want one to fly in the park. So, who's laughing now? I'm not.
Do you like how I was like, I don't know if we have enough space to store your 5.5-inch Polecat Nike Smoke, and then I bought one?
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome.
We're really running thin on the space over here. I don't think it's possible. No, what it really was, I was willing to take it. There was just no way it was going to go in my car.
Yeah.
I didn't want it to get all destroyed, so.
Oh, I see.
We'll get it on the next run.
Yeah. Yeah, you come to me this time. We've done it 3 times this year.
I'll just mail you the rocket.
That's fine. It's going to be like $300. No, it probably wouldn't
I
be
can
that
just
much.
build a new one.
Remember when I shipped you my stuff to Airfest and I didn't have my pirate ship account set up and I wanted the commercial rate? So I made an item on the Rocket Vlog store called the Rocket Wonder Box for $1 and bought it and then shipped it to you.
Oh my god.
The dumbest solution to a problem that really wasn't there. Hi, Raiden Thomas Buska here from Far and Balls. Taylor, you're going to love this dude. Thomas is level 3. He did a pretty short 4-inch rocket on an M2050.
I think you told me that.
Yeah, it's a hard flex. Said 6.
Wait.
I got my level 1, level 2 on the same day. Yeah, Taylor did, right? And then level 3 the next day.
That's right. All 3 in a weekend.
Shout out to Said 6. He's a channel member.
Well, I got it with soundboard.
Oh, yeah. I keep forgetting.
There we go.
Nice.
I'm a little behind. I'm going to leave that up so we can have it now.
Yeah, keep it on deck for sure.
Yeah.
Fly the same rocket 3 times or build 3 different rockets.
3 different rockets.
Dude, my dream was to do all 3 certs on the 10-inch Fat Man. Because an i600 would have lifted it.
Oh.
I wanted to do that for a long, long time. M2050 goes incredibly hard. Yeah, absolutely. Still,
It's
honestly, probably my favorite motor right now. He made a good point. I was like, dude, it's so expensive though. He's like, it's only like $30 more than the other ones. For some reason, the transition from the 3 at the front to the 4 makes it impassable for me.
I'm all in on the L1940.
Yeah.
Dude, it was so good.
L3 in the same weekend, wow. Yeah, you have to keep in mind though, that Taylor flew his first K1100 when he was like 3 months old.
Yeah, I was basically already level 2. I'd been flying level 2 motors for like 5 years, so.
I thought
It was
level 3 had to have been built after level 2 was done. That's the case now. It didn't used to be.
It does now. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't used to be. And yeah, I had taps that knew me, and it all just happened that way. But
BMS makes it back to a 3 in front. Interesting. I actually have another M2050 sitting for what was supposed to be a balls project between me and Taylor this year. Dude, we're like 2 hours deep. I'm going to just go ahead and tell them what it was. Because we were going to boost the new Aerotech Endburner 54 with an M2050 and do minimum diameter booster, sub-minimum sustainer. Because it's like a hilariously cheap way to go like 60,000 feet. But then the motor didn't come out and Taylor didn't even come to balls. So,
I mean, yeah, I would have made it work if we had the rock. Like if we could have gotten the motor and we would have bought it and all that, but like it didn't, so I didn't go.
next year. And my N1560 next year. If maybe. We'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely. It's going to happen. And also the 10-inch motor project that I'm loosely a part of.
I do want to do a 2-stage, but for like a 75 to 54. I just don't know if we'll be able to use that motor.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we should still... A K455 would be cool because we could stick with the submin concept. Or we could use your head-end stuff.
I know I want to, but I don't want to lose that case. If I could get a... Well, I don't want to lose the Rouse Tech one. If I could get a different one.
We'll just use my Millennium Edition case.
Perfect.
Wow, you're going to be that guy. I don't want to fly the case because I'll lose it. Unreal.
I had it for a long time, man.
N1560 min diameter. Yeah, that's my plan. I've got it all designed and I have most of the parts actually, but because I couldn't get the motor, I didn't even start building the rocket, and then balls happened. So here we are. I have the Hawk Mountain website open. It hasn't been updated since 2007 on the copyright number, but I refuse to believe that they paid for 10 years of hosting up front, or 8 or whatever. Somebody's paying to keep
the web store is still there, isn't it?
Who owns Hawk Mountain?
Some guy. I don't remember his name.
Dude, what if we just call him? He's like, yeah, you can buy a kit. I have them.
I sent him an email a while ago and no response. Someone said, I guess up until like last year, he still had stuff.
Also, why is Hawk Mountain... Was Hawk Mountain the original Talon, or was it Giant Leap?
I think Hawk Mountain supplied Giant Leap with their G12 stuff back in the day. So when they pulled a G12 Talon and they were able to cross, that was part of the deal.
N1560 goes so hard. When I'm rich, I'm buying one. Spent all my money shaking my head. Yep. Same. That was the other big factor was Robert DeHate did tell me that he had one in stock. And he's like, it's $1,630. I'm like, catch me on the next one. Catch me on the next one.
Whoa, you flew the M1780 to M685? Black powder barbecue?
Sim to 31 cable lost track with GPS on sustainable.
Oh, 4-inch to 4-inch. I was thinking minimum diameter is like that would have busted the waiver for sure, but I see.
Never found the sustainer.
I remember that flight though.
Yeah, did I film that?
I just remember thinking, oh, this ought to be good, and then it was actually really good.
You know what's really funny is I'm looking at the Hawk Mountain website, and I was like, these prices have to be current. And I was like, oh yeah, Hawk Mountain was just really, really expensive. The Talon 6 is $1,630.
Yeah. Fiberglass stuff used to be like unobtainium.
Yeah, I remember, because I was like, when Bluetooth came out, I was like, whoa, it's almost as strong as fiberglass? Only Dirk Gates can afford fiberglass.
That's when I hear like talking to Chuck Haskell, and he's like, "Yeah, I scratch built with Hawk Mountain stuff for my level 3." And I'm like, "Oh my god!" I also see your Viper. That is cool.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That was like Jurvetson this year at Balls. It was like the ultimate I don't care, where he just like bolted a Fisher fin can to a piece of Wildman tube and then made it like 10 feet long with a traditional dual deploy setup and put an N5800 in it. I was like, that's undoubtedly going to fold in half. And it did, and I got a great video of it. He's like, we'll see if it takes it. I was like, yeah.
Garage Man Cave says I am correct, but I don't know about what. Everything.
Where's that at? Oh. What I thought you meant was he wrote a comment that said I am correct, like he's correct.
Oh no. Sorry, I as in Taylor.
Yeah.
Dude, do you remember that there was like in a rocket magazine, someone made a SpongeBob rocket and it was sick.
I don't remember that.
What?
Man, it was like 3-dimensional SpongeBob and like the feet were the fins. It was sick. I wish I had all my old rocket magazines.
What era? Do you remember what magazine?
I don't know. It could have. See, that's the problem. It could have been like Sport Rocketry, or it could have been Extreme Rocketry. I don't really know. That weird era of Launch magazine. Do you remember that thing?
Yeah, I never had any, but I remember it.
My grandpa had like all the magazines in like the mid 2000s, so I would just go over to his house and flip through them and then try to steal them.
I have a ton of Sport Rocketry and Extreme Rocketry magazines.
But then he gave them all away without asking me, which kind of made me mad.
We'll have to.
Let's make a rocket out of Squidward's house.
Oh yeah, dude.
Dude, what if we made SpongeBob, Patrick, and Squidward's houses all fly and drag race them?
Oh my god,
dude! SpongeBob Patrick's is just
perfect.
A dome,
so aerodynamic.
Like a Sputnik.
Yeah.
Or a saucer.
The N5800 C-Star MD projects are fun to watch. Gerald Mukes is one of the few to pull it off. I love Gerald, but he used a lot of aluminum. It wasn't in the nature of the spirit of that time. Because CTI, when the N5800 came out, was like, hey, if anybody sets the N altitude record with this with composite fins, we'll give you another one for free.
I thought it was just if they fly a rocket that didn't shred.
I thought it was too, and then somebody told me that it was the N record became a stipulation because people started getting close.
Maybe it's just if you were gonna fly that anyway, like if it made it, it would be a record.
But yeah, at any rate, a lot of people tried, and
everyone thought they could, and they couldn't. Dude, they
What?
shredded like people's Ultimate Wildmans and stuff. They weren't built very well.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, even the N5600 ripped the fins off of one of Manny's 6-inch rockets, didn't it?
Yeah, maybe. That motor's pretty gnarly.
Yeah, it is.
We're
Yo,
Well, no,
Carl,
they-
you closed up the black powder, right?
he did the white in 6XL.
3301.
Yeah.
Let me just throw all of my change that was for some reason
Yeah, I
on
was
top of
gonna
my
say,
computer.
I heard that from over here.
I-1299 Squidward House.
Oh,
I'm trying to find my magazines. Like, I'm gonna be able to find the SpongeBob one right now. But yeah, I got a lot of them. Don't forget high power rocketry, dude. Oh, my background blur's killing it. There you go.
rip.
Yeah, dude, I love seeing the like these crazy ads for stuff that is just like so mundane to us now.
Yeah, I know.
Like, you ever heard of the RMS Plus system, my friend? Yeah, welcome to modern rocketry. There was one that, what was it for? Do you remember, Shane? It was like an ad for a J350 or something like that. Like, introducing the motor.
Yeah, that on the back, and it said Grunt TM.
Yeah. I think
Right.
Introducing Grunt or whatever. They had
Unfortunately,
a J5 one too.
Unfortunately, I'm young enough that I don't have any of that stuff. Actually, I got all this stuff like last year, but I had some of it. I used to ride a scooter to a hobby shop to buy Rockets magazine. Dude, check this one out. Al's Hobby Shop. They carry Aerotech Custom, The Launchpad, Lock Precision, North Coast Public Missiles, Vaughn Brothers. Whoa,
Yeah.
I forgot.
Does it say to call Tim?
It says ask for JR.
It was before Tim started working there, probably.
It might have been after he wasn't working there. What year is this? Well, maybe not. July 2000.
Or maybe he just wasn't the lead yet. It's like,
Going,
well, no, he may have started working there like 01.
going outside for a handheld continuity test. Pray for me. All right.
Oh,
man. Discount Hobby Center. Oh, prices. Let's see. ISP kits, dude. The Easy i65 in 2000 was $65.95. How much are those now? Like 100,
Man.
something like that.
yeah, they're like $100.
Let's see.
Dude, the Aerotech Arcus used to be $38.
For what?
Whoa.
The whole Initiator starter set was $89. Dude, the
Wait,
Hobby
what year? What year is that?
2000.
I remember I got an Initiator starter set for my birthday in like 2000-ish, and I'm pretty sure Hobbytown had it for like $100. I remember that.
Well, you should have ordered it from Extreme Rocketry magazine because it was 90. Dude, the hobby shop that I found the dude at, he bought like another estate out, and they had like a 90s or early 2000s Initiator set.
Did it have the motors?
No, so the rocket was gone, and it was just the Mantis pad, which is like the least desirable part of that. But it was all in there, which is pretty wild. And
My
the interlock with the weird clip for the copperhead.
my original Initiator starter set came with the motors, which was so crazy. F25 and an E15.
During the NSL launch this year, someone acknowledged the Saner Stage J motor in their hotel on accident while updating the firmware. Yeah, we know. And it was a person who definitely knew better.
Yep.
I'm not going to say who it was, but ask for Tim. Let's see what I got. I don't know where my Rockets magazine went, so I'd flex with my rocket in the magazine, dude.
My favorite thing about Extreme Rocketry is they did centerfolds.
Yeah, that's awesome. 5 rockets, $10. Pratt Hobbies.
Also, do you remember this? Remember seeing these ads?
Yes.
The super expensive tower launcher.
You have to be an awesome tough guy to own one.
He had frosted tips.
Yeah, that's awesome and tough. They made him take his puka shell necklace off for the shoot.
Dude. Look at that. Foam in the fin.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Apparently he held it while it was burning. My God.
Whoa.
Dude, seeing people's old electronic space is so, like, stressful.
Dude, it really is.
They made it so unnecessarily I guess people still do something.
There's
but,
always so many wires.
I don't
and
know.
they're like, yeah. Huh?
I don't know where the rest of my magazines went. I was going to show the one with my rocket in it, but it's somewhere. I better not say I lost it, though, because Clifton's going to see this somehow and be like, I see how you treat the things I give you. It's here somewhere. I remember distinctively putting it somewhere that I would, like, it wouldn't get damaged when I moved, but...
Any update on Carl?
Yeah, he's probably good. Can you use a rocket to intercept another one? Not intentionally in our case. Alright. Taylor and Postar, I have to keep you guys entertained. I have to check another spot for magazines real fast.
Oh,
I think I
man.
divided it up with, like, the high power and sport rocketry ones were in one thing, and then Extreme and Rockets magazine were in the other.
Taylor, are you gonna fly anything at Midwest Power?
Yeah. I can't go to a launch without flying stuff.
That's what I figured.
Nothing super cool, though. I'm going to try to fly one of those Animal Motorworks 54s.
Are you gonna bring the banana?
Yeah, I got to bring the banana.
All right.
Because that's where the first flight failed last year, so I got to let it go. I'm going to try to put a bigger motor in it, though, so we'll see how that goes.
Oh.
Well, it's technically the same, like, I'm going to do a 3-grain, which I did a 3-grain at LDRS, but I did the Sparky, and I'm going to, it was kind of like low thrust, so I'm going to try like an I-180 maybe. I'm pretty sure I could put an I-211 in it, but I don't know. We're just going to work our way up.
Scooting back in.
Yes, we used thermite for the N2000 and Pyrex pellets in all the other motors.
Does Banana have a
Does
parachute?
Banana have a parachute?
It's rear eject.
Yeah. Rear eject. And it's had a successful flight every time. We just got to get that delay a little bit short.
I don't know about successful every time.
Right.
What?
Right.
That first one.
The first, yeah.
Go to the Rocket channel on YouTube, Thomas. You can see how he built it.
And flew it.
Oh yeah, the field launch.
Yeah. Postar
Oh, right.
really called it, though. I hadn't considered that it wouldn't fly correctly at all until right before I put it on the pad. And he said, don't you think that all that weight off center is going to make it fly sideways?
Yeah, because you put nose weight in it, and so it was like an inch off to one side.
Don't judge the banana's curve.
What?
Oh,
What's funny is it didn't even need more nose weight. I put the same amount in. It just needed to be centered.
yeah.
That's a crazy concept. Imagine building a rocket and then you just like lay the nose cone down and glue all the nose weight stuff in.
It's like partially solidified. You think it's good, so you set it down and it all flattens out.
Oh.
That's what would happen.
Jeremy Sim built his own banana. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
What?
I think I saw pictures of that.
Oh, yeah.
So banana falls through car. Nah, that thing's pretty light.
It's okay. It could be lighter.
I'm grabbing another diet DDP. You want one, Braden?
Yeah, you want to drop one off? Try the 36-inch banana. Same nose, small aerodynamic impact. Yeah, the J350 banana.
Yeah, that's the plan. I just haven't bought it yet.
Want to throw a J in my banana.
I'm convinced the J will work in the small banana. So if you want to try it before me, go ahead. I'm not ballsy enough to go straight for it. But I am going to put a bigger motor.
Traveled.
Huh?
Postart traveled all the way to my location.
Hey, let me get one of those.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, wait, I gotta do the Taylor thing. Camera installed, motor done. Avionics rig is now flight ready. That's enough for tonight. Good night, fellas. Yep, take it easy, man. Thanks for chipping into the Postart fund.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Hey, it's Carl, everyone. Yeah, there's a few people that's flown traffic cones.
It doesn't work that great historically.
It can. Terry's done it.
Yeah.
You need a ton of nose weight. It depends if you want to put big fins on it or not. I mean, it kind of looks lame if you just put big plywood fins on your traffic cone. But if you put enough nose weight, it'll fly. But you need like a short burn, hard hitting motor.
I literally don't own a working rock with a 38mm mount. Going to make one have an L1000 shipping tube. Should I put an I500 inside? Yeah. Sticker Shock Mark likes to fly a smaller traffic cone with Longhorn 38mm motor. I really...
there's a lot of different kinds of traffic cones. So
I want the long stick one.
Yeah. Those would be easy.
Yeah.
Also, if it was a true cone, that's enough base drag, it would probably just fly.
You got to show people the gas line marker one sometime.
Oh yeah, I've had that rocket so long, I don't even think about it.
Yeah, it was in a couple Rockets magazine DVDs, wasn't it?
He was in one, or
Midwest Power, maybe.
I know someone took a picture of me at Midwest Power, but I was in a. So yeah, maybe because
it was an Airfest one too.
Yeah. Well, it was LDRS at Argonia.
Yeah.
Like 2011, there's a video.
Do you remember the year, I think it was Airfest 18, that Tim made one out of, like, a parking ballard?
Tim did?
Yeah.
No, but, I mean, that sounds right.
That's how I learned those aren't attached, and you can just slide them off if you want.
I always think of, in that, the Extreme Rocketry LDRS 20 VHS I had, there was a guy in there that did his level 3 with one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I remember as a kid, I didn't understand. He's like, it's a concrete ballard cover, and I'm like, I don't know what that is. But, I mean, I do now, but.
I like the
I always wanted to see one.
The old school, I made it out of gas pipe.
Yeah. Tony.
Dude, Tony Alcaster's rocketed balls was so sick. The reloaded 050 280 case.
Yeah. Didn't the motor work?
The motor worked and the fins worked. It came in ballistic and the fins were still attached, but I guess they had recalled some cases for like some wind angle issues. So that was one of the cases that he got, and it just folded at that point.
It's crazy that at that angle of attack that the fin stayed on.
Yeah, evidently he built it pretty well. He was also showing me like his up-to-date ejection charge situation with the tubes, and like he uses dog barf and like hot glue and the whole tube of black powder for high altitude stuff, but now he also like leaves a little bit of tube and then has just like a bolt hanging out of the electronics bay with a hole through it. So he slides the tube on with the ejection charge and like puts a cotter pin or a screw through it. But it works. I'm probably gonna do that tube setup for my 98. I lost a little faith in the glove tips with the 150 Gs, but I don't really think the charges themselves were the problem.
No, I mean, yeah, I don't think that would be the issue.
TV tray rocket, extreme aerodynamics. Something like that.
You should have just. Why did you? Or couldn't you just put the altimeters flat?
Yes.
We were talking about that after the
Why didn't we think of that? That's a much better idea.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, thanks for the tip now. Wow. Yeah, so we'll not sure how I'm going to proceed with the ultra extreme high performance flights, but it sounds like we might have a 5.25-inch insane O at our disposal if you want to get in on that.
Maybe.
We found out after the fact that last FAR the rocket blew up and spun like crazy, and the last bunker call pulled 1,000 G in the .01 before it blew up. Well, it was maybe a little extra spicy. Well, I know it was because it blew up, obviously, but
Wait, had we already left at that point?
maybe, I don't know. That almost to me feels like it could have been the electronics got destroyed or the rocket got destroyed, so the data's not great situation. But if it actually pulled 1,000 Gs, that's insane. From your ejection seat motor friend, yeah, from Evolution Space. He wants to make an Evolution Space version of the CTI O25000 and said I need to start figuring out a rocket for it. So I kind of want to do a death from above.
What's that?
That was Gerald's O25000 rocket.
Oh.
Or should we
Was
do
that-
a full scale V2?
Oh my.
Taylor, cute cat. I'm allergic, but I have to have one. He's got shelves. I taught him how to use them.
True.
I'm his uncle.
I know. I'm convinced when you guys first got on there and he heard your voice that he was freaking out because he thought you were here.
He got super excited.
Yeah.
My favorite Nigel moment is when he was sitting at the door meowing like crazy because I closed the door to your office while I was interviewing the hosts from Top Gear America. I was like, boy, I really hope you can't hear Nigel in that. Oh no, that's the old diet EDP. What am I doing?
Wait, you didn't finish it all the way?
There was just like I picked it up and like didn't process that it was empty, so I took a little warm slurp of the remains. I'm sorry, but the old Top Gear is better. Yeah, definitely. This was Top Gear America too, and Dak Shepard wasn't even there. But it was Jethro and I definitely know his name. The guy, the old dude from Hot Tub Time Machine. I should probably know better than that. Alright, guys. I am making the call that we...
I remember Jaguars. Sorry.
Oh,
You threw a Jaguar word.
is that the show that Andrew WK hosted?
No. I don't think so.
I'm going to say we call it on the stream at 2 hours, which is 3 minutes from now. Any objections?
No.
Works for me.
That feels like a pretty good amount of time. Plus, Postar and I still have to take the trash out and stuff.
Oh yeah, tomorrow's Wednesday.
Yup. It's Wednesday, my dudes. Oh, Destroy, Build, Destroy was the one that Andrew WK hosted.
Oh.
Andrew WK played Tree Fort one year. And I went to the main stage and I was like, alright, this is enough after like one song. Well, we've gained, I don't remember the subscriber count was at. I think we've gained like 60.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good amount for 2 hours. How many did you guys get?
None.
I bet that's not true. Alright, everybody go subscribe to the Rocket channel. Let's see. Dang, you're almost to 500.
Oh, damn.
You're slacking over here. Not posting. I can never find Shane's because it doesn't have any content.
Yeah. I know.
I've been tied up with a disaster on my rally car lately.
What's happening?
I think I destroyed the steering rack when I was trying to sort out the pump issues earlier this year. So I think I'm going to put a new steering rack in.
Dude,
I was gonna put my old steering rack in, but the ratio is hot garbage. So I think I'm gonna try to get one shipped from Europe that has a 12.5 to 1 ratio as a quick rack.
How much is that?
$1,000.
I searched Postar Propulsions and there's like 5 results and then it just says previously watched and the top one is Cedar Point. Half the size of a football. Shane, send me your channel.
Oh god.
Alright, any last minute donations want to be made to contribute to the Postart Midwest Power Fund? Now's your chance.
You could also donate Pop-Tarts.
He'll need those.
Yeah.
Just bring him bring brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tarts to Midwest Power.
Whoa, the
That'll
hard
cover
E.
costs.
And alternatively, if you want to help, the teespring.com/Arcus, the poster of my Arcus flight. Hurry up, Shane.
I'm working on it.
Work harder, not smarter. I've always said that.
Oh. Ooh, did that actually paste as a link?
Oh no, I think you have to send it to me.
Okay.
Or did you put it in the YouTube chat?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not gonna let you do that. Comment something else real quick. Bingo.
Post-tart.
Here, I'll just send it on Messenger.
Well, now I made you a moderator, so now see if you can do it.
Oh.
Also, people could just click on your name, I guess, in the chat. It's kind of self-defeating
Good
to
point.
paste the
Oh, it
URL.
worked.
But there you go. All right, everybody go subscribe to the Rocket channel. Go subscribe to Postart Propulsions. Thank you guys for being here. We're going to end the stream now, but it's a good time. 2 hours. We need to do this more, and we need to actually do podcast episodes.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking about that on the way home from work today, randomly.
The podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep thinking about it too. I'm like, maybe I should hit Taylor up and see if he wants to do it, and then I do something else. So that doesn't work out. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully by the end of this week, we'll be at 100,000 subscribers, and I'll be able to apply for my YouTube play button. My plan is to get like an 8-inch clear tube and put it in it and just like put it, maybe 7.5 actually, because I have some tubes, and then like put a camera facing the play button in the tube and just get an onboard video of my play button flying. A couple people are like 100,000 feet for 100,000 subscribers. I was like, yeah, no, that ain't gonna happen. But